Hello. We're just going to have a quick run through, really, of the business GCSE course offered at Cardiff West Community High School. It's a, a academic GCSE offered by WJC and offered by many schools. It's quite a popular course. I've got many students doing it this year, and most students, and almost all students really, quite enjoy it. It gives students an opportunity to consider in a wider scale things that they sort of already know about, in other words, about how businesses work and about how businesses start up, etc. Anyway, without further ado, as an overview, in this course you're going to learn about aspects of running a business and aspects really of how businesses are run and why businesses exist, really. This will include how they're set up, how they're run on a day-to-day basis, who controls them, who the customers are, and how they reach their customers, both UK and abroad. There is some global business in the business GCSE. So there are 5 areas of study. There is business operations, which we deal with first because that deals with the different types of business that exist, from a sole trader to a public limited company. This talks about the different ways in which businesses are run and the different motivations that businesses have, the different ways in which people are used or hired or utilized within a business. We then move on to influences on businesses. This is a unit where we look at how governments, taxes, inflation, ethics, the environment influence the way that businesses operate and how they operate in the markets that they do. Then we move on to marketing, which is without doubt the biggest unit. This is going to be, we talk a lot about pricing, about how businesses advertise their products, how they put people into different groups so that they know who to advertise to, the ways in which the businesses actually seek out and find their customers, the way in which businesses use different sorts of media, such as social media, to attract and target their customers, and how they use different promotions, etc., to actually get their message across and obviously increase their sales, really. Then we're on to finance, which is at quite a basic level at GCSE. We look briefly at how businesses work out whether they've made a profit and loss with a profit and loss account, how they work out how they're going to project and forecast for sales, etc., in a break-even point analysis. And then we have a look at how businesses manage on a day-to-day and month-to-month basis by looking at cash flow analysis. There is quite a lot of calculations there, but the maths is not as difficult as you might think, although you need to be able to apply it. Then the last unit is human resources, probably my favourite area. This is where we discuss and we look at different ways in which businesses utilise the human element. So how they're paid, the conditions that people work in, the ways that health and safety work, how businesses really make use of their most important and difficult resource, which is basically running the people. Okay, your assessment. The assessment of GCSE business is summative. So in other words, you will do 2 exams at the end of your final year, at the end of your course. The first one will test your knowledge, and the second one is a smaller exam, which they give you a case study, and you look at the case study and you answer some questions on it and basically carry out some advice for the business. Both exams have got a mixture between multiple choice, low mark, and what we would call high tariff, and there were 6 or even 10 mark, even 12 mark sometimes questions where you need to be able to write extensively. The use of technical terms is absolutely crucial here, and then understanding what the question is very important. We're also going to do some group work. We're also going to do some small projects. We're going to look at individual businesses. We'll probably start it off with what business you'd start up if you were to have a business. Going to carry out some presentations. It's very, very important in business presentations. There'll be some independent research with using computers, using the internet to find out information about certain businesses. And then obviously we'll be carrying out quite a lot of old exam questions, which would normally follow the end of each unit. Okay, who does this course suit? Well, really, an interest in business is very easy to understand. It's going on all around us. The adults that you know in your lives will invariably work in businesses. They may well even run their own businesses. They might work in small companies. They might work in very, very large companies. They might work in multinational companies. But you're aware that business goes on, and you're aware when you go down to the shop or you get on a bus and you go to town, you're aware that business is going on around you, and you're aware of their motives and why they exist. It's best to have an interest in current affairs. Business is central, really, to the whole global economy. So having an awareness of what's going on around you, what different nations are doing, what new businesses are starting up, what changes in the law have happened within business, from looking at the news, it would be really, really helpful. Having good maths skills is good, and it's also very important to be able to write clearly, and I'll say it again, using technical language. What about after business GCSE? Well, there's lots of courses in A-level business, lots of different varieties of courses, marketing and human resources, etc. There's also business BTEC business courses with a little bit less exam and a lot more report writing. It's much more business based. And then there's many, many degrees. These include, as I've written there, marketing, human resources, accounting, social media, financial analysis, etc. And some people, there's many students that I currently teach. Their intention is that they'd like to set up their own businesses. They may well have a business idea. They might want to know a little bit more about it. Okay, I hope that helps. If you've got any queries or any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Bump into me in the corridor. Come and see me, whichever suits, and I'll be able to help you. Thank you very much.